Welcome to this webinar demonstration of the Student Transportation Accountability and Reporting System. We're really excited to show you this tool. This is a tool that has been promoted and endorsed by the Texas Rural Education Association, or TREA, as an excellent solution for transportation departments to use with record management, student ridership management, linear density, maintenance of vehicles, accident reporting, so on and so forth. It's a very, very good tool. We're very excited to show this to you. This demonstration should take no more than 20 minutes. I'm going to try to show you the functionality of the dashboard side of the program. The program in its entirety is an app that users will use to send data back and forth to the district, and then the district transportation administrator would access the dashboard that I'm about to demonstrate here in the next 20 minutes to show you how it functions and how you can use this tool to save your district time and resources and better manage your transportation fleet. If you'll see on the right hand side, there's three buttons here. There's a register button, request a demo, and log in. These are pretty self-explanatory. The request a demo button will just take you to this video, as well as a demonstration video regarding the app, and show the user how to register for it and log in and use the app. These functions here are very simple, as they say. It just tells a little bit about STARS, a little bit about the administration corner, and then also this contact us form. If you have an issue or a question, you can send that in, and we'll try to get that resolved into the developer so that you don't have any lapse in time of using the program. If I wanted to register for the program, only one district account has to be registered for the program. I would simply click register. It would take me to a screen with some data fields that you would be required to input. I'll bring your attention to the total district enrollment here. This would be the number you would enter showing your total district enrollment based on your most recent PEIMS snapshot data. This number will populate your invoice for you so that you're charged the appropriate amount on your invoice, and the invoice will come to you through the email automatically whenever you sign up and register. We've already registered a demo account, so I'm going to simply click log in. I'm going to log in as an administrator, and I'm going to enter the demo account that we set up for this purposes so that I can show the functionality of the dashboard. One of the things you'll see when I log in immediately is the dashboard. This is just some quick stats for the district administrator to see. You'll notice that these are all zero. Again, this is just a demo purposes account, and so we don't have any data in the system for this account. But it just shows you what the district administrator sees when they log in. They can see the total number of routes they have in the system, the total number of drivers they have in the system, just some quick snapshot data to show them about their transportation department right up front. Along the left-hand side, you'll see various call-out buttons, and each of these have different functions for the program and for the dashboard, all the way from threshold notifications to reports to seeing your vehicles. And I'm going to go through each one of these separately. On the right-hand top corner, you'll see that's where you logged out of the system. I'm going to try to go through this as quick as possible so that you can get an idea of how the program functions. It's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. TREA prides itself on putting user-friendly tools out to its members and to folks to use in the school business. But I'm going to go through this very quickly. If you'll notice, the first button I'm clicking on is the profile button. Some very quick points that you need to make sure you pay attention of here. Number one is the mechanical failure button. The app has two features that will make phone calls out on one-touch dialing. One of them is a mechanical failure feature and a report an accident feature. If a driver breaks down, whatever number the transportation admin has put into this column here will be the phone number that button calls. And so you would want this number to be a mechanic or your transportation director or someone in your district that is responsible for handling phone calls when a vehicle breaks down. The exact same thing applies to the report an accident number. You would want this number to be someone that you would want the app to call in the event an accident occurs. And again, it's one-touch dialing from the app. You can see how that operates in the app by watching the app demo video under Request a Demo on the website at www.starstran.com. That's the home page that we just started out with on this website. The next thing I'll point out is the passcode. This passcode is very critical. This is a 4-digit code. This is for security purposes so that just not anyone can download the app and access your district's dashboard. So this passcode is set individually by each district administrator, so it's different for each district. It's 4-digit code, and so anyone that you want to download the app and have access to drop data into this dashboard through the app. So in other words, basically anybody in your district that might be driving a white fleet car, or school bus, or any vehicle in your district would want to know this number. And this number can be changed by the district admin at any time. Again, this is just for security purposes, so that not just anyone can dump data into your dashboard. So this 4-digit number is what you would set and notify the drivers in your district, or anybody in your district that might be checking out a district vehicle or driving a bus, so that they can download the app and enter this number into the app. If they try to register for the app without a number, it's not going to allow them to associate their app with any particular district. This is how the app will associate your district. I'm going to quickly go through some of the others here. Drivers is very self-explanatory. Whenever your driver registers, all their information is going to show up here in this list. You can also add new drivers manually if you'd like by clicking this button, and you can sort this list of various ways to see the data how you'd like to see it on your screen. Accident reports. If a driver were to get into an accident and fill out an accident report through the app, that's where this would show up. You can print this report for insurance purposes and for record keeping, and also edit it from this screen. You'll notice the next button is campuses. This is very important. I want to point out one thing. When you go to add a new campus into your profile here, you enter the campus name, the campus address. Of course, you would just select your district, and then the campus description if you'd like. You can upload a picture, but what I want to bring your attention to is a notification email. The app allows a driver to submit a discipline referral form directly from the app. The discipline referral form will go to the transportation director, and he would be able to see that under discipline referrals. He or she would see that under discipline referrals. However, if the transportation director also wants that discipline referral form to go to a campus administrator, they would enter that under this campus name. And so if this was an assistant principal or a principal that you would want your driver's discipline referral forms to go to, as well as you as the district transportation director, they can enter that in there, and whatever email is entered here, that's where that discipline referral form will go to at the same time that it goes to the transportation department for viewing. Route info is very self-explanatory as well. Whenever you upload your route information, such as your route name, if it's associated with a particular campus, you can set that. You can also select the route type. These are the preloaded route types that the program offers, and these are basically all the routes that are offered in the state of Texas. If there's something that's not here, you can click other, but you can see all the way from field trip to a standard route to a career and tech route, a maintenance route. The maintenance route primarily is for if a bus has to go on a maintenance, go to the shop for maintenance or get new tires, you can log those miles in the maintenance route, so you can keep up with that yearly, how many miles a vehicle has been driven just to go get standard maintenance taken care of. A couple of very important things to notice when uploading in route. If you see this seat arrangement, so if a particular everyday route has a seating chart, you can upload that seating chart here so that the driver can access that seating chart from their app, and they can actually check off kids as they're in the correct seat from the app. Also, the route map section is very important. If you have route maps of your route in a PDF format or a picture format, you can upload those here, and your drivers can access those route maps from the app. This is very important if you have a substitute driver who would like to view the route before driving the trip. They can pull these route maps up on the app and see the route they have to take and study that before going on a trip. It's a very, very nice addition to this route info section. Discipline referrals is very self-explanatory. I'm not going to go through this, but if a driver were to have submitted a discipline referral form, you could see that in this screen and see what the issue was, and then take some specific actions such as printing it and deleting it if you need to do that. Vehicles list, again, very self-explanatory. This is just going to be your list of vehicles. If you have all of your vehicles already in a CSV file, you can upload the entire file to this program so that you don't have to enter them one at a time. If not, you can enter your vehicles one at a time. It's very simple data. You can see there that it's very self-explanatory, and then that allows you to see and sort your list of vehicles various ways according to how you prefer to see that data. The maintenance tab, again, is very self-explanatory. If a driver submits a maintenance ticket from the app, you would be able to see those maintenance tickets here. It would tell you what the problem was, who submitted it, and then this completion status is a very nice piece because you can look down the list and see the maintenance tickets that have not been completed. And when you finish a particular item, you can simply mark it as complete. All of this data is compiling, which I'll get to in just a few minutes, so that you can run various reports on this. Back to the maintenance system, but this is a nice way. If you want to add a maintenance ticket yourself, you can do that as well without it having to officially come from a driver. So this is a good way to keep up with what's the needed maintenance on your vehicle fleet. The trip inspection steps, this is just simply to show you what the inspections are that the program offers. These are all the steps that are required by law that drivers must take in order to take a trip. You see we've also added some post-trip inspection items at the bottom. This is what the driver sees in the app whenever they're going to submit their pre-trip inspection. This is just for you to know what each of these steps are. This is a very important screen called Trip History. The Trip History shows your most recent trips in the program that have been submitted through the app. And so you will see this list could get very long if you have a lot of routes and a lot of trips. But the key to point out is this trip status. When a driver starts a trip and finishes a trip, you'll see that under trip status. So if you wanted to know if a particular driver had finished their route and submitted their trip, you could see the trip status would say trip complete. And if not, it would say incomplete. And so you would be able to see which drivers are still out on their route on a daily basis. And you can sort, again, this trip history report various ways to make it fit what you're looking for on a daily basis. The forms section is a very cool section. You can upload forms that you want your drivers to have access to. If you have a substitute driver rules guideline, you could put that here. If you have an insurance card that you want all drivers to have access to an insurance card through the app, if you upload that form to this system, they will have access to that through the app on their smartphone. So any form that you feel that is necessary for your drivers to have access to instantaneously is what you would use this form section for. We're really excited to show you this maintenance threshold settings. This is a very cool piece to help fleets manage the maintenance needed on their vehicles. You can see this is just some testing data here, but as a transportation director or a transportation department, I can set thresholds to alert me when it's time to perform certain maintenance on vehicles. I will go back to the vehicles list to point out something to you. Vehicle mileage actually is a daily update. So this is a real live time update. When a driver submits a trip and enters the ending mileage, this column will update daily. So you would be able to see the actual mileage on each of your vehicles without physically walking out to them. That ties in to the maintenance threshold settings. And so, for example, I'm just going to point one out that says oil change 6,000 miles for all passenger cars. So anytime a passenger car rolls over 6,000 new miles, it's going to give you an alert as a transportation director or the transportation department that says it's time to change the oil in whatever vehicle that is. And then you can assign that ticket to someone else in your department if you have a fleet of mechanics, so on and so forth. You can also add new threshold settings. So if you have a particular threshold that you want to be alerted on, if it is, so for example, changing the belts, changing the oil, flushing your transmission, whatever particular maintenance you want on your buses. If it is a warranty item, let's say you've got a particular warranty item on a bus that you want to be alerted every 100,000 miles, warranty may be up. Then every time a bus rolls over 100,000 miles, you're going to get notified on that. It's a very cool piece. Very excited about this piece. We hope that this is going to help districts maintain their vehicles a little better and also reduce the cost of mechanic breakdowns and mechanic issues by keeping up with maintenance hopefully a little better and a little more efficiently and effectively using this tool. This is, again, route types. I'm working my way down the side list here of callouts. Route types, again, just shows you the route types that are already in the system. These are routes that we have provided through the STARS app, and just kind of gives you an idea of what those are. The reporting section is very cool. You can generate various reports off of all the data that are coming in, such as a trip history report, driver mileage report, vehicle mileage report, reports, route mileage report, linear density report. If I had some data in this demo app, I could show you some of these reports. But the linear density report is a very cool report. It'll show you which of your routes you're maximizing linear density on. So which of the routes have the most kids per mile in your fleet. The maintenance report, again, very cool. If you wanted to see the maintenance history on, for example, bus 22 for a certain period of time, if you wanted to see it for 1 month, you could view that. If you wanted to see it for an entire year, you could view that. So if you wanted to see, for example, if the insurance company was asking you to show us the maintenance report on a particular vehicle, you could pull that up and run a date range. It will show all the maintenance performed on that vehicle. Again, these are very self-explanatory reports. They're very neat. It puts a lot of data at the fingertips of the Transportation Department. We're really excited to offer this to you. I think you're going to find these reports very helpful and very beneficial as you're trying to maintain your fleet, trying to keep it with how many miles drivers are driving. If you wanted to see how many miles a particular district drove, your district drove for extracurricular trips in a particular area, you could pull that up using these report sections. Very, very cool section. And then lastly, the threshold notification. This is where the thresholds that you've set are going to notify you. You're going to get a notification in email, but it's also going to show you here a list of the one that you've been notified. So it's going to pile up a list for you of all the notifications you've had, and then you can not identify if you've checked it or not, and then you can delete it and mark complete once you've taken care of that issue that has been notified through you through the notification system. If I had one here, I could show you. You can also forward this to a particular mechanic if you'd like. You can send this notification to anybody you want in your shop to perform that maintenance. But that is it. This is, again, a very user-friendly, simple tool. We feel like that we've created a very robust tool, but user-friendly, a tool that we hope that transportation departments will really take advantage of. And the idea is that this will replace the clipboards and white sheets that are piling up in your district. That this will be, again, just a really cost-effective tool that is going to save you time and resources and allow you to access some of this data at the touch of a button so that you can effectively and efficiently turn in your reports to whichever agency you have to report this data to. And we're really, really excited about this tool. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us through the Contact Us form. I will go back and show you that here. And again, the registration is very simple. You would simply register on the right-hand side. If I was not currently logged in, it would show that. And you could register using this form and access the tool immediately. The tool you do get access immediately upon registration, and you will get an invoice at the end of your registration. Again, thank you for taking your time to view this webinar. We hope that you have found it useful, and we hope that you have found it informative.